Whoa, 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 whoa. No. What am I doing? This one? Hey. Morning. So we got this daily level. Remember? Was it daily? Was it 4 hour? Was it weekly? I was 4 hour. So we got this 4 hour VIB. You can see we came up and rejected, and then we had that really nice strong move down from, right? We've then swept liquidity inside a fair value gap on the 4 hour and come straight back up into this VIB. So it'll be interesting to see these highs. If we can break above, retest, then this high is prime for targeting. Otherwise, potential drop back down. It's definitely an interesting area to look out for. Right. Let me try and find my feet. So it's not orb. Be this one. I want. I don't want orb. On the alpha boxes. All right, let's have a look. So inside the weekly as well. Previous 4 hour. What's that previous hour? Previous 4 hours down with daily. Just gonna hide. That. So we're balancing out that VIB. If we could then flip the 4 hour and the hour, but we have just come above. Yeah, if we can break above. That'd be interesting. So let's just check CL. Nice bearish pattern. Possible tap to the 4 hour. See if we can cross that zero line. Algo's flip bullish. It's like all my settings have gone. Stupid thing didn't save yesterday. I didn't save it. No, not that bit. All the tabs were still there from the day before.
Funny isn't it? Absolutely, you're on it.
No, it didn't happen. It happened exactly as it should happen. So CL might go bullish. Morning all, morning Mark, morning Peter. Hey, new logo Peter. Oh, it's not a new logo. So, too many signals. What's going on? Hang on. Do. Okay. Let's check gold. So we don't want to buy into an alpha box. We want to buy out of an outer box, or we want to sell out of it, right? We don't want to buy into it. It's just a little bit down, but it's still all right. Since everybody's been bullish on gold, China buying more, maybe we're going to have a big bearish day. Let's have a look. So we just flipped the daily on gold. Here's a daily level. See, we came back up. I still got my alert from yesterday. We never made it back up. We don't need the trade anymore. Bit of a mishmash day yesterday. When you're seeing a ranging day like that, I mean, we did get that drop afterwards from the yesterday morning on gold. That was the trade we were looking at, right? Just said come back to here. We just come and took that low out. So like liquidity trade entry would have been here. Nice trade. Liquidity trade entry would have been here. Nice trade. And then you would have got an entry possibly here on liquidity, but you'd have to wait a while for that one to play out. So you can see when you're in a range, let's just fucking switch it. Right, so you can see we get liquidity grab out of an alpha box, bang. Liquidity grab, start of an alpha box, bang. That's too late. Hang on, signals might be... Yeah. Filter. So we take liquidity here. It takes too long to get a signal. It takes too long to get a signal. So when you're in a range, like here in the morning, looking at tops and bottoms, just look at kind of like levels of the extreme. And when you're in that sort of ranging market, those are fantastic entry systems. So we're talking about like these liquidity levels. And these. We've got 15 minutes. I don't know, Aaron. I'm working my absolute arse off to get everything together for Orb. What I don't want to do is we've done this before where we've been pressured into kind of pushing something out, and then because we haven't had all the information as clear as everybody would like it, that's where then the confusion happens and people get frustrated because it's not exact. So until we've got it exactly everything in place that we need, I'm not pushing anything out, because it'll just confuse people, and I don't want to be caught in the middle. Me and Teal make sure it's done absolutely right and as clear as day, and then it'll come out. But I assure you, we are working round the clock to gather as much data and as much information as possible. I like a tap back up into this 4 hour and then a return down. Whether we get it, I don't know. I'm going to set another alert on the daily. Fucking cunt. It's not just a can. This is a great level, right? You can see that bottom of that range, and we got a daily. I think a tap back into the daily, plus all this strong push down that will probably get retested. This could be a great level. You can see we left the weekly without even coming back. I wonder whether if we're going to have such a strong push, if we'll come back to the weekly. Possibly. But yeah, I'm looking at that daily level today again. Right now, I like this. So NQ, we're kind of up at this zone. The 4 hour VIB, I like the rejections out of this. So if we go to our 4 hour, right. Here's our 4 hour VIB where we rejected, just to recap that, right? Open VIB, tapped in, dropped down nicely, bounced back out, grab liquidity, come back up to the VIB, we're getting a rejection. Because we come through, there's a possible kind of move out of here like this for those highs. Possible. Obviously we can reject again. I don't know. I'm more bullish right now than I am bearish on NQ. It's been a bit up and downy, but I think we'll push through that today. Weekly's a bit big on this, it's just making a bit of a mess. And we are bearish currently on, well, 50-50 really on the algo. Some beautiful trades out of the alpha boxes. They are crazy good. We got 9 minutes until we took a long from the 6 hour bounce. Hang on. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like gold. Oh no, gold, don't go without me. No. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to hope that we sweep these highs and give me an entry. I wanted to play the reversal down. See how the new 1 hour comes as well, but nice and bearish. Yay, yay, yay. ES is already showing more bearishness out of, if you think about that same level, was showing more support, and now that's showing more resistance. So you compare that to NQ, that same level. I said this is an area that we've rejected from before. Let's see if we lose the 6 hour. But ES is a lot more bearish. That's a cleaner trade, right? That's a much cleaner trade underneath. Interesting. ES hasn't made it back. Come on, gold. Push back up. Ah. I've just read that, Aaron. That's a shame. 4.5R. It's a beautiful one through the daily on gold there. Strong push. Gone are the days where you used to be able to sit on the chart all day. So I think if we let's find a good example. Let's find a good example. Do 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 do. Is that a 1 hour? Right. While we're waiting for this to come back, if it does, let's just do a little example of alpha boxes, right? Do 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 do. So I think it's this one we want to play from. this one. Okay, so candle starts, right? What you've got to think is, in that candle start, we've created our alpha box, which is probably about there and there, right? See, it's going too fast. Yeah, this is the candle. So same thing again. You get your push up, right? So we've got that wick above, which comes above the alpha box. See if I can slow it down, and then we'll do the next one as well. Right, so we open up, come above, drop. I'll have to check exactly where the alpha box, but it looks like we don't get a retest there. So when we open the new candle, just waiting to get the next candle. Right, so we open up and push down. So this is probably going to be our alpha box. Right, we flip bullish and come above. Retrace, oh, come a bit higher. Break below. Retest. And then deliver. And that's the basic concept of, like, most candles have got a wick below, right? So when we open, most of the time we'll just go in the opposite direction and then flip. And the alpha boxes represent the area where we flip, right? So we're just playing that higher time frame candle, puts in our wick, flips, and then drops, right? So we've just watched this one. We put in our higher time frame, drop. Won't quite make it back on that one. But then, yeah, and then we continue on down. So it's that flipping of a candle that we expect some, I hate using the word, but some manipulation, if you like, some pullback. And then this is our kind of flip zone. So this is where we expect the candle then to flip and go bearish. Up here, you don't know that the candles are going to go bearish. Where your confirmation is when we come through the lows. That's where, you know, when we look at the data, we know statistically we're then more likely to get this bearish push. Doesn't obviously happen all the time, but it's just that bearish flip. And that's the kind of candle formation that we're looking at with alpha boxes, as well as obviously previous areas. So if we look at a bearish candle or a bullish candle, so like, let's zoom in on these. Right, see these bullish moves, they close off all the gaps, right? They close off all the gaps in between each other. So a lot of the time, when you get a bullish candle that starts off bearish, it's going to come back to the previous alpha box, reject from it, and then go bullish, right? This one opens up. Here's the bearish. This is where the alpha box is going to be for the previous hour. We retrace down and then come out of it and go bullish. Same thing here, right? So the concept of the alpha boxes is this is why the previous candles are still important, because a lot of the time you don't get fair value gaps and you get clean price where it closes off and retraces a lot of the previous candle. Well, a lot of that previous candle comes back to where the alpha box is, and that's where you get your rejection. So alpha boxes are built off of price action concepts and the formation of a candle, like here, right? We come back and flip, come back and flip, we come back and flip. So this is the, and obviously we've got a perfect example of a higher time frame, right? Come below, break above, retest, off we go. So that's where the concept came to create alpha boxes and that area of where candles flip, right? So we've got a new 1 hour. Hopefully, I want to see a push, a tap, and then we can flip this 1 hour as well. If we look at the last 1 hour here, right? So we've got an inside candle. There's going to be a flip zone if you trade an SMC. And funny enough, it aligns with our 4 hour alpha box. Right, let's wait on gold. Yes. New hour. We're very bullish now. NQ. Holding that 6 hour. Another tap at that 6 hour level. Like I said, a fancy is coming through this area. Let's see what CL's doing. Yeah, we're back at the 4 hour and the 6 hour on CL. I think oh, who's going long? CL, NQ. Yeah, nice rejections. I think we'll break above. Maybe we could see whether we get any confirmation. Maybe take a long on CL. That's it, yes. NQ, you go bearish. There's our 6 hour level. Still rejected and holding. Oh. Come on. See, we made this lower high, another rejection. Could be a nice bearish push if we can lose this level. Yes, I'm liking that. We're opening a VIB on NQ. Let's give it a go. We're going... So I'm short on NQ. See if we can break through that level. When we open this VIB It's indicative of prices are going to push, right? Especially out of an alpha box. So I need to watch carefully because we have got these VIBs open and we're inside. My entry was there. I speak about this every morning, about like opening a VIB as a potential area. I can expect price to come back and fill this. However, if we're going to have a strong move, sometimes these just get left open, like here, right? Just straight out. Like I said, I am bullish on NQ. Just out of this 1 hour, and the opening of VIB, and the fact that CL's looking bullish. There's another VIB open. Come on. Where do we... 2 are there. So we're below that 6 hour level where we've been holding. It's the purple is the 6 hour. 6 hour. Push. You've opened a VIB. Drop. Come on. Just got to be careful around these. We need big push through them. And out of the 4 hour. Come on. Do. I don't mind a tap and a fill. Excuse me? Why are you giggling in the background?
I'm 12.
The grey is the 4 hour. This one's 4 hour. Because you're 12.
Yeah.
Go on, CL. Get over that 0 line and go. Or did I play the wrong card? Oh, it's a 4 hour VIB. So if we go on the 4 hour, it's that open VIB where we rejected from and dropped, and then we've come back up. I am expecting us to go through it. Like, because of how bullish we are, I am bullish on NQ. So I am kind of, and we've opened these VIBs now to now hold, which I don't like. Right, if we break through this, then we're going to go bullish. God, drop. Let's see whether this fair value holds as well. I think we're going to break all the way through. So see, when we open these VIBs on the 4 hour, I wasn't watching. I went on the 4 and looked the other way. So that candle there, when we closed above, would have been my... I'd have just got out. See, because we open these and fail to drop, and then price goes above and then retest them. So, and that's out the 4 hour. So I would have been out the trade. So I'm currently in and down $100. See if we can get a retracement back to this VIB. Yeah, looks like CL's going down. Let's come over. Come on, CL. You go bullish. No. We are over the 0 line as well. It's a bit of mixed signals between CL and NQ. I hate it when they're both aligned. I like one being very bearish and one being very bullish. So, looks like that'll be our first loss this week. Yeah. So shouldn't have been a loss, it should have been out. Never mind. So we lost about 125 on that. We lost about 125. So when we came down and see these VIBs, remember I was saying about we need to be careful of these VIBs. We come back and hold that. We then open up VIBs to return. Here, here and here. Price comes above retest. That should have been the exit. It's just because I'm on the 1 minute. It's a bit more. Got to be faster on your feet when you're in. Alright, looks like CL was the short, not NQ. Right. Gold's gone bearish. We are 14 minutes in. Yeah, maybe NQ is going to break through now. So the system's pushing us long. So we flipped the 1 hour. Grab the highs. Here's the push through the VIB. So we've got this high up here at 276. Big strong push through the VIB as expected, right? If we're going to get through areas, and then we've just to the tick rejected on that level. I do like as long. And we went through the hourly. We were talking about fact that we've come back rejected, come back down into this area. In fact, was it the 4 hour? We looked on the 4 hour. So here we reject, come down into this bullish fair value gap. We sweep the lows and then start plowing through, and then we get another tap of it. And this is where I was saying it looks like, if you look at the strength, that we should push through, and then these will be looking to go for the highs. Bad on me, that really. I do think we're going to plow through. Come on. Up you come, gold. Or we can take an entry on CL back to the daily. Let's give that a go. We're there for that one. Let's go. NQ flies through. Could try and position a trade inside of here up to here. Let's have a look what that would look like. I think it's worth a go. Don't you dare switch now. Do 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 do. Here comes the bounce. Oh. Beep, beep, beep. Was going to just put it on the think about putting it on the 50% if we were going to take it. I just thought, oh, maybe just get a little bit more tapped down. But CL flipping back bullish, where we look like we're going to fail on this zero line. Fake out and then we're coming back. We are bullish on the day. Just with that sweep of the highs. Thought maybe we'd come for at least this low. Here. Market structure is obviously, this is our bearish structure. So this is our highs. We've swept the highs. We're going to flip that VIB. Or we're going to drop further. So let's just have a look at yesterday's orb. So obviously we had news later on. This is where the combining of the alpha box is, right? So the one just before, so here, let me just hide so this is your 4-hour box, right? And this is your current 4-hour box. Right. Market structure's bearish. Liquidity grab of the internal high drops us. Inducement into a large fair value gap and our previous 4-hour level, right? and you see this pattern can happen quite a lot. We get a tap up, and there's good probability, especially against the trends, that we're going to get a false day. So here we tap, reverse, take out the lows, and then you get a beautiful return all the way back to the 4-hour alpha box, and then a rejection again, all in line with structure. Market structure's bearish, the EMA, everything was bearish. It's a beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. There's no entry on the 5-minute, unfortunately, but lower time frames. I was in Manchester yesterday, so I wasn't trading. You can see out of that level, out of that alpha box, it was a beautiful confirmation, and then straight for the lows. Right, so using the alpha boxes in line with orb, right? So we know statistically there's a high probability of reversals. We know we're bearish. We know this previous alpha box level on the 2-minute, right? Here. Sorry, no. There. Is our last 4-hour, which has been bearish. We know the way that candles retrace. If we're going to be bearish again, we'll retrace up the previous candle, very often back to an alpha box, reject, and then drop. Now, if I turn off orb signals, so we're not just getting signals from the confirmation, right, then we can look for out of that area using our own... Oh, fucker. Yeah, so we didn't get an entry on the 1 or 2. So this would have just been this entry here. Was it on the 5-minute? No. So yeah, so you wouldn't have been, unless you'd have entered anyway, other than the, I think there was an open VIB. Yeah, so we open a VIB here, retrace and drop. Do. Especially on the 2-minute. It's quite hard. But yeah, out of the other 4-hour box, it was perfect. It was a beautiful trade yesterday. So the alpha boxes, especially these two, those two 4 hours, you can get some incredible setups from. Especially when you get that pattern, bearish, pullback, weak as well, rejection, follow through, tap back. And we expect at this point, this 4 hour, it's got high probability to hold, right? Because we're 3 hours in at this point. So statistically, this is our high, and we're more likely to drop at that point. Plus, orb's been going a bit longer. Obviously, news is news. Yeah, so you just need to filter it down. So turn on your orb filter, right? And then you can use your higher time frame if you want to. Right, but you're looking for specific areas. So we are trying to filter down the signals to just show, like, from here. That's ongoing work. So this would be your area. So, but they're the rules, right? You're looking for a retracement and to trade out of an area of significance. Trade out of an area of significance in line with bias as well, right? If I go down the data, you can see the statistic on the statistic one of the orb that there's good probability of actually, once we confirm, going the other way. And we'll go into those trades, taking the false trades as well later. So we didn't get the tap, unfortunately. CL's coming back a bit. Beautiful rejection out of the 1 hour on gold. I was hoping we got that tap on NQ. I'll take my order off. Come on, Dauramanzi. Which time frame? I mean, the only thing I'd say, Aaron, is don't use it until I put out all the documentation if you're unsure. Wait until you've got everything. If you're unsure about what it is you're looking for or what you want to do, just wait. Just focus on alpha boxes. And lazy boy. You know this 4-hour candle from 10 AM is the highest probability. It's the highest probability of statistical highs and lows. This 4-hour, right, has the highest statistical probability of high and low data. It's like close to 80% within the first hour, if not 80%, that once we have our first hour, we're going to have our high and low of this 4-hour candle. And the 4-hour candle ends here. Right? And then you get a new 4-hour candle. So I'm talking about this time period on NQ has a really high statistical edge. From 10 AM New York time, right, until 2, that 4-hour candle is mega. And that 4-hour, we've got the 4-hour data specific candles. That indicator will be launching soon as well. We just need to publish it. It's already ready. Just so that you guys can then see the individual candle stats on the 4-hour, and then when you look at the 10-minute, you'll see, like, it's crazy good. Crazy good. I don't like the look of CL. When I trade CL, I like it to do that. Or that. I don't like messing around on CL. Not taking that now. Didn't get a tap. CL might just come up a bit higher. So what I would probably do is if I see this fail, I'll close the trade at a reduced loss. And then see what happens if we come back up to 4-hour. And wait. See how we're just failing to go bearish. So I'm just watching. Which purchases for alpha boxes? So the 4-hour candle data. It's on the monthly or the one-off? Come on. Fucking go on. Go red. You wanker. Come on. Yeah, the orb's an additional indicator. The 4-hour data. So if you're, so the one-off. So if you paid, I think it's, what did we do the T? He's back tested. Someone's got a question about AlphaBox, about the.
Sorry, needing back testing.
I know, so I knew you were in there back testing. So they bought the AlphaBox toolkit.
Yeah.
So is that the? So if, I was trying to ask if it was the one-off. What was the one-off for the AlphaBoxes on their own?
Will these new tools be an additional purchase? Which tools?
The orb, 4-hour data.
No, they're not in the AlphaBoxes. AlphaBoxes is just AlphaBoxes.
Yeah. What about the monthly AlphaBoxes? There's two in those. There's a monthly and a one-off.
Yeah, but they're both just AlphaBoxes.
They're both just AlphaBoxes. Yeah.
Because obviously that's $37 a month, as opposed to if you want the orb and AlphaBoxes and all the whole traders toolkit, that's 97.
Right. Okay. Holy go. There goes. There goes CL. Please. Yeah. So out of CL, half an hour. We're just bouncing. I wonder whether NQ is going to fall. Everything's going bullish. Shame we didn't get the tap on NQ. Do, 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 do. Gold is just sitting around a bit. I mean, it's bearish, but we're just sitting around. I was looking for that. I should have taken it at the 50% really. Just looking for that tap a little bit further into that fair value, but tap of the 50%, and then I was looking for something to try and come for these highs based on that 4-hour move that we just went through. Coming out of this fair value, closing above this fib. I'm sure there'll be another retest. So when the next 4-hour candle closes, we could get another retest of this area and a potential opportunity there. We are coming up nice and clean on the 4-hour. Bar this little gap here, we've been pretty good at closing off candles. So yeah, I'm still expecting us to close above and go for this high. Yeah, no worries, buddy. And that was kind of the narrative on NQ this morning. This 4-hour VIB, this rejection, this fair value gap on the 4-hour, and we're back in it. And the way that we've come out, where we've swept the lows and come back up strong, that because this is holding, that this would break, and then we'd look for the highs. Agreed. That is what I wanted. Off the 50% here. Right? So when this came back, when this came down, I wanted it off to 50% and I just pushed it a little lower. But that was the trade, the entry I was looking for. But I'll wait for the new 4 hour and see what we get. But yeah, I was looking for this sort of, that sort of thing. Out the 50% though. Should have been the entry. Never mind. We'll wait for a new 4 hour and see how we do. And play out of it from there. Obviously I missed this one. Which would have been good. In line with our bias. CL's just been a bit of a arse. Obviously we were up here on our stop, but I closed it out early just because if we were going to go, this was the time to go. And you can see how we're just failing to go bearish. It just looks like we're going to pop when we did. Gold. It's been just sitting around really. I wanted to see us come back to the 4 hour. And that's what I'm waiting for really. I'll wait for this 4 hour level. Or the daily. I do fancy us back to the daily on gold and another potential trade out of there. Let's have a look at some daily levels. I don't think NQ is going to come back to the daily. So that opportunity out of the day was earlier on. I will look for another entry here on NQ. So ES has still got that VIB above here, which ES is being very bearish compared to NQ in its push up, but we did come out of the 4 hour nicely. CL is, I do expect CL to come back to the daily because we've had this move down, and while we might still be bullish, sometimes we normally do get that leveling out, right? That more choppy day when we start leveling out before we then go. So like this, right? We went bullish, bit of chop, and then we go bearish. So before we go bullish, bit of chop, and then go bullish, but yeah. We're off. I do like gold short, very short on gold, but just seeing whether we would just take these highs and then go, but we are holding up against this hour. Go on. Let's give it a last go on gold. We fail, we fail. I need to go off and carry on collecting the data anyway. I won't go too high. I'll go. I don't want to see that go, so I'll go there. Just looks like we will break. This just looks like inducement to me. Why does it smell like someone's had a pee in here?
Check Nasdaq Persson.
If you wet yourself.
You're cheeky, son.
Getting old now, though, aren't you? I didn't know. I just had to check. Have you checked yourself?
On a lie. Okay. See how this works for you.
What are those man nappies? You might need one of them as well.
Okay.
You know the kid sizes. There's like 5, 6, 7, 8. We need about
Gonna hurt you.
30. Tenner men. That's it. Get you some
Screw
tenner.
you, Mark. Screw you.
Tenner men.
No, it's always Mark.
Just came out of nowhere. You know, like someone's just.
That's what happens. That's why you've got to wear them.
No, gold's not fucking going anywhere. We're gonna sit around. I'm gonna wait for that trade up there. I'm gonna wait for this trade up here. Yeah. Wait for the trade.
Yeah, I've got work to do as well. But, yeah.
We have got a lot of work to do. Couldn't push buttons. In fact, to be fair, you can't when you do the backtest on TradingView. You know, with the buy and sell, if you go more than 4 or 5 months, it crashes. It crashed again last night.
Did it?
Yeah. Ask me if I downloaded the data before.
Did you download?
Yes, I did download the data before.
Well, it's a first for everything. Well done.
Yeah. It was quite frustrating yesterday. I'd collected a lot of data and then TradingView crashed. It was frustrating, so I did it all again last night. Till about 11 o'clock.
Yep, me too.
And then it crashed and I went, oh, I'm going to bed. Looks like we're going to pop through this. Let's see. Should be gold. What the fuck is it? Oh yeah. Just grinding. Just grinding on teas, mum.
I like this new thing.
It's like a typical slow Friday night.
No, you stop it.
She always says that I'm the son that she wish she'd have had.
I swear to God. Me. It's probably true. It's like
I'm going to bring some of those German hot dogs. What are you bringing on? On Sunday?
stay away from my mother. Again.
Oh, here goes gold. Go on. I know it'd just be another wick like this, probably, but anyway. Oh. It's done this a lot, by the way. I'm going to go down, I'm going to come back up. I'm going to go down, I'm going to come back up. Think, what have we got? Previous alpha boxes, lows. 5 minute here. 3418. 3418. Ding, 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 ding. Three 8-7. Watch this low. Opening a Vib on the 1. Need to be careful of that. This is where we've had the bottom of the range. Not a bad place to take one off. Stop to break even. Motherfucker. And oh, I've just realised you can't see what I'm doing. You have no idea. There we go. So we're break even. I'm not sitting here thinking I'm following along, and no one's following along. So I was looking for here, maybe down to this alpha box. But because we've been in this range, so I took one off. Oh, I'll just fucking take a picture. Sorry guys. Thinking we're all following along together. So this low, just because we've been in this range, right, we've just been tapping up and down. When we took that low, I just took that one off. I was looking at this one as well, but you've got the pair of them really. So, like I said, I like us up here. We'll take it, a little bit of profit. Recuperates us back to break even. Well, actually, $2.50 loss is where we currently sit. Yeah, there goes CL. Right, so we could have taken a full loss here, but as soon as we fail to distribute, right? Fail, fail, fail. You can see we're starting to go across. Boom. It's not going to happen. Close early. Save half your risk. Here would have been the same on the 1 minute. Right, you can see the Vibs open up. We then take out this fair value. It's ain't going to happen now. We're holding the 4 hour. Get out, break even. See you later. Got a new 4 hour coming soon. Wondering whether we're just going to go straight now for this high. And I've missed my chance to get in here. chilly. Anyway, let's put our alert on when this high goes. Right, peeps. I'm going to go and do some work, collect all this data, start putting this stuff together everyone wants. And what day is it today? Thursday?
It is.
I don't think I've got any meetings. Come back on New York time. We're going to do some early scalps this New York one. So I'm going to show you the data on the first 5-10 minutes. And we're looking for those false. I think there's like a 65% probability of a false confirmation in the first 15 minutes. So we'll have a look at that as well, looking at a liquidity entry. See what we can do. Thanks, everybody. I'm still sad about SNQ. Anyway, gotta let it go. Right, guys. Have a good day. I'll catch you later. You're not saying bye to everybody, T? Not saying. It's rude.